What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so I saw this article on fadeawayworld.net, and I'm pretty sure uh, a lot of, well, I know ESPN is not going to talk about this. Fox Sports probably not going to talk about this. No Clutch affiliated media is going to talk about this, and that is, if they do, they're going to spin it to blame other players or Rob Pelinka or something. I don't know. The Los Angeles Lakers rank dead last in the NBA in fourth quarter net rating. Dead last. The Lakers have struggled to find consistency throughout the 2024-25 NBA season, but their fourth quarter woes stand out as the most glaring issue. According to net rating statistics, the Lakers are ranked dead last in the NBA in fourth quarter performance with a staggering 11.6 net rating. This dreadful ranking highlights their inability to close games effectively, a shortcoming that is increasingly defining their season. In the fourth quarter, Lakers have a net rating of negative 2.7, which is 20th in the NBA. They have pretty good second quarters, positive 6, 8th in the NBA. Third quarter, things began to falter, negative 4.1, 21st ranked. Fourth quarter, dead last, negative 11.6. Well, I have an idea why this might be the case. And I'm speaking in generalities here. Okay, I'm speaking in generality. The article talks about, some of the issues is the Lakers' weak bench. Talking about, guys on the bench aren't scoring. Well, you can't really buy me with that one if you just traded D'Lo, who's come off the bench. You traded D'Lo because, and I know it's still early since the trade, but Finney Smith and Shake Milton appeared to be a bust with the Lakers. But, hey, that's what happens. Remember when they got Spencer Dinwiddie? He was playing well with the Brooklyn Nets. He played pretty good with the Wizards. Played like shit with the Lakers. Then goes to the Mavericks and then plays well. I mean, it's just whatever. But this is my theory about this. Oftentimes, in the first half of these games, especially in the first quarter, you got Anthony Davis going offensively. Anthony Davis is the guy that when he has a great game, I already put out the stat that when he scores 30 or more, Lakers have a 69% win percentage. When Anthony Davis scores 30 points or more, Lakers have a 69% win percentage, meaning they win more than 2 out of every 3 games. Second quarter is their best quarter this season. But I think that probably also coincides with the fact that, and people can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but in the Laker games that I watch, oftentimes LeBron James takes extended breaks during the second quarter. I'm just saying. Then things go downhill in the third, and especially the fourth quarter. And I don't know about you guys, but just from watching LeBron James play with the Lakers, the fourth quarter is usually when he goes in stat pad mode. I'll be damned what the game situation is. If LeBron James only has 7 points and he has 9 rebounds and 6 assists, he's going to make sure he gets that double-digit point total so he can keep on going with this double-digit streak, even if it forces the issue, even if it's detrimental to what they're trying to accomplish offensively on the court. I can't help but think his stat padding, usually in the fourth quarter, has something to do with it. I can't also help but think that him having the worst net rating of any player on a team that's above 500 has something to do with it. Last I checked, he has a net rating, a plus minus of negative 149. the worst of his career, as I said before, the worst on the Lakers, and the worst of any player in the league on a team that's above 500. Can't help but that has some correlation here. By the way, when it comes to net rating, the player that had the best net rating on the team was none other than D'Lo, who the media will tell you was the problem. Now let's look at something here. Now, I haven't previously looked at his stats. I don't know what D'Lo's doing, and I might be wrong in this assessment. But I wouldn't be surprised if D'Lo is thriving with Brooklyn. Let's see. Let's see what he's doing in Brooklyn since he's left, since he's flown the coop, so to speak, with the Lakers. What are you guys doing? Trying to hide these numbers? They're trying to hide these stats, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's not always about stats, but hey, people pay attention to stats. All right, so I could be wrong. Let's see. So with Brooklyn, he's only averaging 23 minutes a night. So here we go. With the Lakers, he was shooting 41% from the floor. With Brooklyn, although it's been just a few games, he's shooting 46%. With the Lakers, he was averaging 12 points a night, and 5 assists. With Brooklyn, he's averaging 13 points a night and 8 assists. So, yeah, the trend continues. Players get away from LeBron James, and they play better. And I didn't know that. I risked it all. I could have been wrong. I could have been totally incorrect in my assessment. I had to make apologies for it. I had to make mea culpas for it. But we know this stuff is like clockwork. The brother doesn't make players around him better. It's the biggest myth, the biggest fraudulent lie ever told in sports. And he's the main problem. I don't need to look at any advanced metrics. It's him. It's him, man. He's holding the team back. And people are getting tired of this excuse about, well, I mean, you can't expect him to go out there and play defense. He's 40. Well, if we can't expect him to play defense, that means that he's a liability. Hence, his minutes need to be restricted. Hence, he probably needs to come off the bench at this point in his career. But because he's such a selfish son of a bitch, unlike Steph Curry, who actually concerned about his franchise's future, he's so selfish. This team is bent over backwards. And I suspect the owner has literally bent over backwards and forward and sideways, if you catch my drift, allegedly, and acquiesced to everything that LeBron James has wanted. Trading away their future multiple times, engaging in stupid trades that we saw from a billion miles away that it wasn't going to work. Westbrook to the Lakers. Him not taking responsibility for being a putrid GM. Getting coaches fired. Hiring podcasters as coaches. Things going horribly wrong as we knew it would. Trading away scapegoats. Drafting your sucky bum-ass son. Sorry what happened to him. We all know there was a tragedy what happened to him. We're glad that he recovered. But I'm sorry, as a professional, he sucks. Then you still threaten. You want to force a trade out of threats. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get your way and you're upset with the roster, they've done everything they can. It's not the roster, bro. It's him. It's him. So, this is another stat that I suspect they're going to suppress that shows more and more that, I mean, he's the problem, man. Anyway, that's all I got to say about this.